Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Real Word Podcast, a place where real thoughts, real ideas, and real words come to life. I'm your host, Drew, coming from San Diego, California. We are on episode number 12. Thank you for stopping by, tuning in. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe. It would really help out the channel, and I would appreciate it a lot. So today, before we get into anything, I got this, wax from 710 Labs right there. This is some Jack Herrera. It is about 6:30 in the morning, so we're getting our morning starting off really nice. Got that sativa. Gonna just get a little dab of this to get the day started. Got that right there. Boom. Nothing too crazy. Just enough to change the mind state a little bit and get the morning started off on a good note. So I'm going to heat that up in just a second. I do have a little bit of a sore throat, so this is not going to be very fun. I do have a couple cough drops that I'm going to have after this dab. I do have some coffee as well. But yeah, it's just not gonna be very pleasant to smoke with my throat being as sore as it is. There's been a few people sick around me, so I think I just got it from that. I don't believe it's that coronavirus or anything like that. I typically have a weakened immune system anyway, so I'm more susceptible to getting sick more often and more frequently. But for a while there, I wasn't getting sick, man, and it was nice. And then I started thinking about it, and now I'm been sick the last few months. Been sick a couple times, so kind of sucks. But it is what it is. Trying to get healthy, trying to get better. But it is what it is. Got my coffee here, like I said. Gonna let this nail cool down in just a second. So, got that nice sativa going to start out the morning. If you're smoking along, cheers. And if not, here we go. Just a little bit of a hot dab there. So I'm thinking about switching up this format for this podcast a little bit. Typically I come in with 5 or 6 topics I want to touch on or whatever, but to be more consistent, I'm thinking about using this as more of a shorter form, maybe 15 minutes or so, and just kind of reflecting on the day, the last couple days, however often I decide to do it. But I think this will give me a chance to be more consistent with it without it being so long form. So today, yeah, I don't have any specific topics written down or anything that I'm going to go over. It's just kind of going to be just breaking down what's been going on, what I've been doing. That's kind of what I've been doing before, but it was a little more structured. So now I'm just going to be just going off the top of the head, you know? So let's get into it. Yeah, it's been a while since I've done this. A little over a week again. And I know I need to be more consistent and more disciplined with it. So that's why I decided I think I'm going to switch up the format a little bit and just free talk and not really have like a structured thing where I have to have topics or whatever. It's just I'm just gonna be talking. And yeah, so like I said, I'm a little under the weather right now, which is a little frustrating. Sore throat just kind of sucks. My back has been hurting a little bit, which isn't fun, but I think that came from when I went on a good run like 5 something days ago. Went down the street to one of the spots I like to run, and I ran for about an hour and a half. I got like a little over 9 miles in. And I hadn't done that in a really long time. So I had the mindset of when I started that run that I want to get to 9 miles or an hour and a half, whatever comes first. And it kind of happened simultaneously. So that's what I did. And just, I didn't stretch afterward properly. I didn't hit the foam roller or anything. So I think it just kind of messed up my back and my leg a little bit. So been dealing with that, been dealing with the sore throat. But other than that, I've been good. For the most part, still dealing with things on a day-to-day basis, but I'm trying to stay positive, trying to keep a good headspace, but it comes and goes. I feel like I'm getting a little more strong, but then it comes and goes in waves. But this last weekend was fun. I did watch the UFC event. That was a pretty good card all the way around. The co-main event between Zhang Weili and Joanna was just incredible. It was definitely one of the best fights I've ever seen, regardless of gender. And they just put on a war. It could have went either way, but Weili retained, kept her belt, and yeah, it was just it was a crazy fight. I highly suggest you go find that and watch that if you can, because it was just wow. Both of them just showed grit and heart and just did whatever it took to kind of solidify what they thought was a win, but only one of them could win. I personally wouldn't have minded a draw. But then that would mean Weili retained regardless, so I wouldn't be surprised if those two had a rematch down the line, and I mean, let both of them heal up, but I wouldn't be surprised if it was an immediate rematch because of how close and how crazy that fight was. Again, I highly suggest watching that. But then that led us to the main event with Israel Adesanya and Yoel Romero. And Adesanya did just enough to kind of retain. There were some people saying Yoel kind of did enough to maybe beat Adesanya. I was kind of in that mindset when I watched it live, but then I listened to a couple people break it down, and Adesanya was killing him with the leg kicks, and he was constantly trying to press forward and trying to engage, and Romero just right out the gate for about like a minute and a half just put up complete defense, just covered himself like this and just stood there for like a minute and a half, something like that. And it was just, wow, that's just something you never really see. So I wouldn't say it was a boring fight. It was just a different fight. I mean, I understand the people there were booing and it wasn't exciting, especially coming off the co-main event, which was an absolute war. and then to start out so slow and it never really picked up, and it was an awkward main event, but Adesanya was doing the leg kicks. I had to watch some highlights again. And like I said, I listened to a couple other well-respected MMA people break it down, and they were saying Adesanya was kind of being the more aggressive athlete. So that it was interesting though. It was I had never seen anything like that, but it was yeah. I don't know if those two would ever rematch again. It just seems like the two styles just did not match up, and it's probably not the best for the sport, but it is what it is. They did it. It's over, and now on to the next. And Sunday was pretty cool. Had my buddy come over, my brother, and another friend, and we watched the Elimination Chamber. And I made some barbecue jackfruit sandwiches. Had some like baked beans, some green beans, had some chips, and they were drinking. I was smoking a little bit, having some soda, some Hansons. And yeah, it was a good time. It was actually a pretty good event. It was better than I think a lot of people thought. And it was definitely better than... It exceeded my expectations, that's for sure. There was some good spots in a couple of the chamber matches, and it was it was just a good event. I didn't necessarily like the ending of the women's chamber match where Baszler just was choking everybody out just real quick and everything, but I understand. Had to make her look strong going against Becky at Mania, which is only a few weeks away now, which is crazy how it's just creeping up so fast. Man, I wonder if they're going to have to cancel and have a no audience thing, because it seems like a lot of sporting events are starting to be affected by the coronavirus. Nothing here yet. It sounds like there has been a few cases in the area, but nothing to kind of worry about or be hysterical about at the moment. But yeah, we'll see. We will see. It seems like it's getting more and more serious. At least the scare is being more and more serious. You could see it with the stock market. It just has been just plummeting. And yeah, I mean, who knows if it's real, or, I mean, of course it's real. People are being affected, but who knows if it's on a scale that they're projecting, or if it is just kind of another scare tactic, or something like that. So something to be weary about and look into and question, because you never know, especially with the government and all governments. They're all pretty corrupt and can be they can take advantage of the population and their people. So it's been done in history. Just, go look it up and see these hoaxes, these false flags, and population control and all that stuff. It's all in history and documented, so it's all there. But anyway, yeah, so so Elimination Chamber was cool, hanging out with everybody. Forgot where I was going for a second and what the tangent was, but yeah, it was cool having everybody over. Normally we go over to my buddy's house and have it over there. I don't know what was going on, but he asked if I could host, and yeah, it was cool to have everybody over, and it was a good time. It was a good event, pretty solid, and yeah, I'm not necessarily looking forward to WrestleMania, but I will watch it, I'm sure. Um, Probably do a little something. Uh, but it's just a long day. It's like 7 something hours, usually, something like that. So it's pretty crazy, but that's what's kind of been going on. I've been applying for jobs, trying to just excuse me, just trying to get something little part-time, 3-4 days still, if possible, just to get this income going in, and still be able to do this consistently. Working on some real estate stuff. Wasn't able to close that one big deal I was talking about. The lady has just been a nightmare for us, and just been really difficult to work with. Still a good opportunity for possible future properties, because she does own quite a bit in the area. But this one deal, I don't think we're getting it done, which is a little unfortunate. She wasted a lot of our time. And, you know, it is what it is. It was a good learning experience, but now it's time to start grinding, and figuring out the next deal, and actually getting some income from the real estate investment aspect as well. Definitely want to start generating multiple streams of income and having multiple ways of, just diversifying myself and my time. I just feel is really important. I don't want to be stuck doing the same thing on a daily basis. So if I could switch it up, have a few different things going on, that's the best possibility for me. So that's what I gotta do. That's what's going on here, and think I'm gonna end it and wrap it up. Like I said, I'm gonna just try and keep it a little bit shorter. Still went a little bit longer than I expected, but all good, all good. And yeah, thank you everybody for tuning in and stopping by. Again, make sure to like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. And until next time, everybody, peace.